Hey, this is PJ with CLKsupplies, and I am here with the 2015 Nissan Titan. And we're going to be adding an additional key to this vehicle. Now, I've already went ahead and I've cut the extra key. It's the transponder, is the NI04T. Now, this is something that's really important with this vehicle, okay? It doesn't really matter if you're gonna be adding an additional key or you're gonna be going on an all keys lost situation, all right? We'll get into it when we get in here and get programming. So let's go ahead and get to work. All right, so we have the SmartPRO connected to the OBD2 cable and we're ready to get programming. So we're gonna go up here to vehicle selection. We're gonna go down to Nissan and then we're gonna go to Titan. Oh, I was past it there, there we go. All right, now this is a 2015 and it just uses, you know, the NI04 transponder key for this one. And so it's gonna be blade, right? You'll see 08 to 15 is a blade here. So we're going to click on that. Now we'll go to immobilizer here. Now, like I always say, you always want to make sure you go into the MyKeys Pro app and look it up. I have it right here on my phone to make sure that before you get to the vehicle here, you know everything that you can possibly know, all right? And now a lot of that same information is also found right here on the SmartPRO as well. You can see, let's see if there's any photos or tips. There's not too much on this one here. But let's go ahead now and we'll hit the connect button and we'll get connected. Switch ignition off. I don't have any keys in it. Hazards on. So hit the hazard button here. You'll be able to hear those in the background. Click OK. All right, now, even though we're just going to be adding a key, okay, we're gonna have to erase, so we have to make sure we have all keys present that we want to be programmed. So although I'm just adding one key, we're gonna have to reprogram the OEM key or the key that it came with as well, all right? So any other key that's not present is no longer going to work. Now, this vehicle also has a remote here, and as you can see, there's also a remote button feature, which is really convenient. Instead of playing the game, you know, manually to do it, to have that on there is really nice. But as what we'll do here, we'll go to program keys, we'll hit the bottom left play button there. Okay, so like other Nissans, it's gonna give us the same warning, which says, do not depress the brake pedal and ensure all doors are closed, and a maximum 4 keys are allowed to be programmed, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna insert key 1 into the ignition. Okay, so I'm gonna use the existing key right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that, and I'm gonna put it into the ignition and hit OK. All keys are going to be deleted, right? So this is that moment where as you start going through it, make sure you understand the situation so you don't find yourself in an unpleasant one, all right? So let's put there, so let's keep going here. So let's switch ignition on. We'll hit OK. Okay, so ignition should be on with key number 1, okay? This is important. We're going to have to come back to this at the very end. So we'll hit OK. All right, so one of the best features if you haven't been programming for a long time is you can easily just skip how simple this is now to compare how it used to be back in the day. So I'm just gonna take a picture of this. You don't really have to, but I just kind of wanted to on this one. So once you have it here, we're good to go, and we're just gonna hit, it's gonna ask, do you wanna use the old PIN code? Now, the reason it's asking that is you can see there's an old one and a new one, and if it's asking that question on this vehicle, it's not sure which one it needs. So we might see a failure before we see a success. We'll find out here in just a moment. So let's just go ahead and hit yes. Okay, so it's declined. So it brings us back to the screen. Now it's asking if we want to use the new one, right? It lists them both right up here. And let's just say yes, and that should get us in. Switch ignition off. Hit OK. Okay, so I'm looking for the switch ignition on with number 1 key, and the security light on the dash is gonna flash 5 times. So I'm gonna turn it on and look for that. There it is. Okay, yep, it flashed 5 times, or, well, it flashes pretty quick, so I'm gonna assume it's 5 times because it's not doing it anymore. And we'll hit Okay. Do we want to program more keys? Yes, we want to program this one, this new one here. So we're going to hit yes. So it says switch ignition off. We'll do that. Hit OK. Insert the next key and switch the ignition on, and the security light should flash 5 times here. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Just like that. We'll hit OK. Do you want to program more keys? No. All right, we just have those 2 to do. So we're going to hit no. Switch ignition off. Hit OK. Okay, cycle keys twice at the end here. Okay, so most of the time sometimes it's had me take the number 1 key, put it back in. So maybe that's still gonna happen, maybe it's not. Let's find out here. So cycle the keys twice. Okay, yep, now it's doing it. Yeah, so switch ignition on with number 1 key. So I'm gonna go back to the original key that I reprogrammed, put it in there. Let's see if it starts. All right, that one starts without a problem. Let's go ahead and put this new key in. Let's see how it does. It starts up and we're good to go. All right, and there you have it. The SmartPRO came through for us, and we added an additional key on this 2015 Titan. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Since you just watched this video, I'm guessing that you work with locks and keys. And to us at CLKsupplies, that makes you a lock boss. And we want to hook you up. Here's how it works. Throughout the week, join the conversation and comment on our posts and videos and include the hashtag Lockboss. It's free to enter this giveaway. And every Tuesday, we're going to pick 5 winners from the previous week and hook you up with all sorts of prizes, including gear, tools, supplies. We might even send you a key machine or buy you lunch. So if you're a lock boss, join us every week to learn, grow, and win.